Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to Decisive Decisions episode number 2. We actually managed to start off with a banger and we're going to get straight into it with the rewards. Claim your glory. I don't think there's going to be too much here because the main focus is going to, we managed to get into Division 1. That is actually quite impressive considering the players we were using. But we managed to hit streak number 1, securing $25. It's not going to go towards, the series or the rewards we're keeping back. The only way we can earn cash is purely through decisives. But you're going to see how many of those I managed to get in just a moment. So Division 1, $25, and we managed to pick up 500 Essence and 500 XP. Pretty boring, but we're going to go and have a look at the results and the players that did it. So team number 1, the main team, the one I expected to do the best. Oh, how I was wrong. Matt Sells had a pretty okay game and then managed to concede late on against Brentford from a penalty. Nico Williams was doing okay. The goal conceded, losing a 10-point clean sheet bonus and also picking up a yellow card. Yori Tillemans was absolutely shocking against Newcastle. A horrible captain choice there. Brighton, we had Minter. Didn't really do much against Fulham and then got subbed off. And then Lucas Paqueta. Who saw West Ham losing 3-0 to Sunderland? I didn't, but fair play to Sunderland. They look like a hell of a team this season. And then into the team that was the throwaways, but of course was the one that managed to not only get us Division 1, 360 points, even though it's been score corrected to 359. But don't worry, I managed to claim it in time. And then also 500 XP and 500 Essence. We had Leno in goal, who conceded against Brighton, only picking up 40 points. Tino Livramento had an absolutely insane game for Newcastle. Right from the off, was picking up loads of final third passes, duels won, and managed to finish on a score of 80 against a 10-man Aston Villa. Kamara actually had a really good game. He dropped back into centre-back when Gay got sent off. Callum Hudson-Odoi was the last player. I was watching this game and he was on about 40, 45 points for so long. And in the last 20 minutes, he just decided to start playing football, picking up some points. And this 55 points secured us the threshold, or the first streak, by, honestly, I think I was 0.2 over. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen how close I was. And then Semenyo, out of all players against Liverpool, managed to score 2 goals to pick up our first 2 decisives of the season, picking us up a nice £20 to spend. And obviously we have market credits of £20 to spend. You'll see in the bottom left, I have actually already gone ahead and bought the players, which you'll find out in just a moment. But we finally have enough for a craft. So we have 1,725 Essence. So we're going to head right over there. I believe it should all be Premier League Essence, which it is. Let's see if we can start with a bang. We do have one clue. We have Reveal Nationality, which is actually a really good one. If we get a Tier 2 plus, we may use that. Let's see what we get. Just a standard draw. If you watch any of my other videos, number 7 is always the pick. Can we get something good? Wilson Isidore. I have no idea if he starts, but we're about to find out. Who else do we have in there? We have Walter Benitez. Doesn't start for Palace. Endo. All of these players. Oscar Bob would have been an insane one. That actually would have been really good. And then Siddiqui as well. Wilson Isidore, let's go have a look at him. If we view him in gallery. So Wilson Isidore, he actually scored against West Ham coming off of the subs bench. Currently he's listed for about, £3? £3 currently the cheapest listing. So that's not too bad. We may look to sell him on or we may just keep him and utilise him. If he carries on playing for Sunderland, then he could be a decent player in the future. If we go to look at his scores, who did he used to play for? I'm pretty sure it came from some French team. He actually came from Zenit. Used to play for Monaco. That's where I recognise him from. And then played for what is probably a second division French team. But that's not too bad at all. So guys, we had £20 to spend with the market credits from having a new account, which you guys can get if you sign up with a brand new account and you haven't played Sorare before. We managed to pick up an Ollie Watkins and an Elliot Anderson. So Elliot Anderson, hopefully it shows me his next fixture. I'm not too sure if it does. Unfortunately, it doesn't. But Nottingham Forest had a great first game of the season. Elliot Anderson picking up a decisive and also just picks up great scores. I wanted to focus on getting the 380 points. I put a tweet over on Twitter and you guys voted by a landslide to improve the Premier League team and go for streak number 2 instead of focusing on a different league. So Elliot Anderson was the midfielder that we brought in, and then Ollie Watkins was the striker that we brought in. Obviously, Aston Villa didn't do great. Ollie Watkins didn't do too great either in the first game of the season. But going forwards, Aston Villa have a really, really nice fixture. So if we go over to my lineups, we're going to start off with the Division 1 team. I haven't had a look at this yet. We need to hit 380 points. Fulham against Manchester United. You fancy Manchester United in that fixture. And then Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. I mean, I fancy another 0-0 draw. I would not mind that at all. We want to see if we can prioritise getting the 260 cap and then the multi-club cap. In defence, once again, Fulham against Manchester United. I don't fancy it that much. I want to see if I can change this to the last 15 score just to influence my decision. So Livramento against Liverpool is also going to be a very hard game. So I think here we're going to go with Nico Williams in defence again. I think that's the best option. In midfield, we have Yuri Tillemans against Brentford. We have Kamara against Brentford as well. And then we have Elliot Anderson, our new pickup, or Paqueta against Chelsea. I don't fancy this fixture. I think right here we're going to have to avoid the multi-club and we're going to go for Elliot Anderson in midfield. Up top, we have some nice options. So we're obviously not going to use Isidore, who we just picked up. We have Ollie Watkins, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Minter, or Semenyo. My eyes straight away shoot to Semenyo because if he can pick up 2 goals against Liverpool, I feel like he can get a goal or 2 against Wolves or at least some form of decisive, and I think he'll be my best shout. Everton are always a hard team to score against. Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't start off great. I mean, we could go for the full Nottingham Forest stack just to get the cap, but for now, I think we're going to go with Semenyo up top. And then our final position, we have 59 points to spend, so we can chuck everyone in here against Tillemans. I'm going to put Tillemans and Ollie Watkins together with maybe the Fulham boys. So our options are Livramento against Liverpool. I don't fancy that. Brighton away at Everton. That's going to be the first game, I believe, at the new Everton Stadium. Paqueta against Chelsea. It just picks itself. We're going to have to go with Callum Hudson-Odoi. Fingers crossed Nottingham Forest play an absolute blinder against Crystal Palace and Semenyo can carry on how he carried on before. I'm torn for who I'm going to put the captain armband on. Elliot Anderson just has consistent high scores and also has a higher ceiling, but Semenyo against Wolves. We're going to go with Elliot Anderson. I really want to captain Semenyo. I'm going to regret this, but Elliot Anderson is going to be the captain. I feel like he's guaranteed to at least get like a 50, 60 points. Apologies for that loud noise. And then we're going to go in team number 2 in Division 3. Bernd Leno in goal as our only goalkeeper. I'm going to leave the defence spot for now. In midfield, we're going to go with Tillemans. Up front is going to be Ollie Watkins, who's newly brought in. And then we have some decisions to make. Paqueta against Chelsea. West Ham had such a bad start to the season. I can't see this one going well. We have the opportunity here to get the extra 2% from the multi-club. And we can looks like we can quite easily fit the 260 cap. So we're going to go with Minter against Everton. Hopefully he starts. And then in defence, is Livramento going to hold down Salah? Probably not. Are they going to concede quite a few goals? Probably. Joachim Andersen against United. United looked good. Arsenal absolutely looked terrible. They were very fortunate to win that one. I'm not going to go for Joachim Andersen again. I don't feel like his ceiling is as high as Livramento. If Livramento can pick up a decisive and just knock that clean sheet off Liverpool, then that is going to be the player for me. Captain choice, Tillemans was a horrible captain choice last week, but we're going to go with him again. If it doesn't work the first time, give it another go. We managed to get the full 6% on this one, and I quite like this lineup. We've got 63% extra here, 12% across the other boys, and 11% on the goalkeeper. I quite like these lineups for the next weekend. As you guys know, I absolutely love a table. I forgot to show it to you last week, but this is the little tracker that we have got just to show you guys I'm doing everything fairly, and also just to see how many rewards I can get from what's invested each week. So at the top, we've got invested. We have the £100 plus the £20 cash added for the 2 decisives. Fingers crossed we can get a couple more decisives this week, because if we can finally move into a different league. Because for the 400 streak, I'm not going to focus on Premier League again. There is no point. I don't think I'm going to hit 400 with my players. If they hit it, they hit it. We have a half Nottingham Forest stack. And if they don't, I don't mind. I want to go into a different league to make this series a bit more interesting. Gallery spend. So we have spent £120.98 on the team. So we've actually overspent by 98p. This is... When I was doing the bidding... I don't understand it. I had bidded, like, the bids I'd put in stopped me from going over the budget. Obviously, I had the rewards that I earned from the hot streaks. But when I actually went look at the cards I'd won, the listings had gone up a couple of pennies. Like, they'd gone up like 40, 50p each. I don't really understand that one. Don't penalise me, but we have gone £1 over the budget. Hopefully that doesn't annoy you guys too much. We've got £18.45 in rewards so far, so we've managed to return 15.38% return on investment. As you can see, Premier League, we have about 14 players. We have Wilson Isidore down here, who is up for sale for about £3.50. Tracking our streak wins down here, and then hopefully in the future we can start to fill out these, and we can start going for some more hot streaks, and also just play some leagues that I've never played before. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. This week, let me know what team or what league even I should go for next. I'm not going for Premier League again. If I get decisives this weekend, we are going for something completely different. And I want to know your favourite team, or the one, I keep saying favourite team, your favourite league that you want me to go for next. And maybe if I like your comment, I might go for that league. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday, where we'll have the rewards. Hopefully something good this weekend. Hopefully we can hit that second streak. Thanks for watching.